what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Nash TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Nash TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Nash TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Nash TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Yeah, buddy, that's right. Get exposure right now. Holler at the homie Paul Mash, man, for Paul Mash TV. Hit up Paul Mash TV across all social media sites, alright? Who we got next? Got next.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash of Paul Mash TV here, and we're glad that you could join us on another episode. We're proud to bring you this interview coming up shortly. But before we do, I just want to let everybody know that for those of you that probably haven't heard yet, Paul Mash TV has been picked up by Roku. So if you've got a Roku box, or even if you don't, we'll tell you how to watch it. And we're going to be showcasing some of our classic interviews as well as some of our new ones as well. And we'll give you the address if you're interested. And we'll probably post it right on the bottom of this thing on YouTube here. And if you'd love to leave us feedback, there's a few ways you can do that. Obviously, just subscribe and hit the bell here on YouTube, and leave us a message on the comment section. And we also have a link for CAPS insurance, so we hope that you'll take advantage of that. And also we have Facebook, facebook.com/Paul Nash TV. Feel free to like the page and inbox us and comment on everything you see. We'd love to see you there. And we have an email address, paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. It's for fan mail as well as band and solo artist information on how to get on the show. We'll tell you how to do that. And we have an official web address as well. And we'll recap all this at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. In just a moment, we're going to have, from Melbourne, Australia, we're going to have Gareth Huggett, and another talented artist, and I think you're going to agree. So we'll get to that in just a minute, but here's a quick word from ClickJam. Don't go away.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could.
Okay, it's interview time again, and with us from Melbourne, Australia, we have Gareth Huggett. Thanks for joining us, Gareth.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you, Paul.
No problem. Why don't I start by the usual question? Tell us a little bit about how Gareth Huggett decided he wanted to become a musician. Everybody has their own story, so let's hear your story.
Oh, mine's one of kith and kin. My whole family's musical, so it was kind of inevitable. It's easier to count how many of my family aren't musical. My dad's a bass player. He showed me the ropes. That was my first foray into music, playing an old Fender jazz bass, and my uncle's a great guitarist too. So yeah, we've got a lot of musical people in my lot.
Okay, well that's good. I'm happy. I mean, I'm glad that you're happy doing what you do best. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the influences that you grew up? Like in the mainstream world. Some of those artists that inspired you.
When I was a young lad, and probably still now. In fact, it's Queen was my favorite band. Much. Everyone in my class were all into brass and all the Stock Aitken and Waterman stuff, but me, it was Queen, it was Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and much amusement was had at my expense because of my musical taste, which I think is rather good, to be honest. Especially considering some of the artists that my colleagues at school were listening to at the time have fallen by the wayside. So, I think I've done a pretty good job at picking up some good influence. A lot of my influence comes from my dad. He's, as I said, I mentioned earlier, is a bass player, and he taught me bass guitar and taught me how to do things like Mustang Sally and and Midnight Hour and things like that. Those really cool, groovy bass lines from the soul and Motown and Stax era. So that's another big influence, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, and a couple of those songs I think were from Eric Clapton. I do believe a couple of those songs you mentioned. I do believe. Like.
So yeah, Eric as well. My dad had the Journeyman album. He used to play quite a lot, and I listened to that, and also Dr. Feelgood, which is I don't know if you heard of them. They're a UK pub rock band from the 70s. They're still playing now. None of the original members, but most of the band that are playing with them, playing the band now, were with the original singer, who's a bit of a hero of mine, Lee Brillo. Mainly because he had a lot of attitude on stage, great harmonica player. Yeah, and it's a good. It's all based in the blues, and that's another one of my big influences.
Okay. Yeah, well, those are some pretty good ones there. And you even mentioned Queen, which I think there's a lot of Queen fans out there, so I can relate to that. So.
Yes, the biggest new band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the oldies but goodies that really stand out anyway. So that's what I've always said. Why don't you tell me a little bit about how we can find your music? I mean, you probably don't have physical copies, but maybe you can tell us where you find your streaming stuff. But
I do have physical copies.
Oh, okay.
They came out in April, in the midst of all this lockdown. So those are the original physical copies, and they're going on sale for the first time today at my geek. So I'm pretty happy about that. But you can find me everywhere: Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Dexter. There's pretty much every platform that you can find that sells music, or you can listen to music on. I'm there.
Okay, well that's good. I'm sure everybody will go to Gareth Huggett on those places he just said. I'm sure that he'd appreciate you buying some music there.
Yeah.
So why don't you
share me about. Tell your friends.
Oh yeah, that's it. So why don't you tell us the name of the song that we're about to watch? Because we're watching this video here, and if there's a story behind it, maybe you can let us know that as well.
So the next song is Just Say When, which is I had a little sort of 60s style riff bouncing around my head for ages. So I was envisaging lots of tremolo and stuff, and I managed to get a pretty good sound for that. Kind of got what was in my head out onto the record, but that's showing my age a little bit. Onto the Pro Tools. And yeah, it's just it's a story about, I don't know, losing yourself in the countryside, going for a drive, and looking around at the world. Yeah, and it's one of my favourite songs. It's got a bit of airplay over in England, and I thought it's about time I released that one. So that's the current single.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, it is a pretty good song, and I know everybody out there is waiting to see that video, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But I want to thank you again, Gareth, for coming by. We'd love to have you back another time if you'd like to stop by and share some of your new stuff with us.
Sounds great. Yeah, I'm just recording a new album now, so maybe I'll come and show you that.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it'll be sooner than we think, I guess. All right. Okay, well, let's go ahead and watch Just Say When by Gareth Huggett right here on Paul Mash TV. So don't go away. We'll be right back.